Hello!
Hello?
Everybody, and welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. I'm Holden.
Is it?
That's Lauren.
This is my calzone. This is my dinner.
Yeah, welcome back. Sorry, I had
It's been a hot minute,
check
right?
this.
Do you remember what you're doing?
Vaguely. I'm supposed to do something like drink whiskey and talk, except usually on this show we don't drink whiskey, we just talk.
I was going to say.
Just kidding. So, hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Holden. That's Lauren. She's eating a calzone, and I'm going to drink whiskey. Here we go. Okay.
So what's healthier, calzone or whiskey?
Well, you see, if you have one glass of whiskey a day, it's supposed to be incredibly healthy for you.
Okay, but you're going to have two?
Well,
I don't think you can, prorate it.
how do you know?
It is magic.
So, what we got going on today, guys, is we have the new Riff High Note collection. This is their Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, bottled at barrel proof, without chilled filtration, and made with biscuit malt. And actually, this is Casey's bottle. He got this guy on secondary, and I picked it up from the guy because he lives over in the area that I work, and Casey's all the way down in Appletown. So I picked it up, and then he said if I did that, I could go ahead and open it and review it before I bring it to him. So that's what's going to happen today. And then since we were in the spirit of doing a funky malt out of a new Riff, I figured why not grab the winter whiskey, which is made with malted oat and chocolate malt. Because biscuit malt and malted oat and chocolate malt.
When did you get this?
Before Christmas?
Did you hide
Winter?
it?
No, I did a review on it. You were probably sitting right there when I drank it for the first time.
I don't even remember seeing that bottle.
It's funny. It's a fancy bottle, right?
Yeah.
You like that? Anyway, so both of these malts or grains, whatever you guys want to call them, are very commonly used in the brewing of beer, which I do. So I always find it really cool. And I didn't really want to spend the money on this because, well, quite frankly, I need to stop spending money because I owe a lot of money to vacations and more vacations and credit card bills and school. Gosh. So trying to cut back a little bit on the spending. However, Casey said, fuck that, I'm going to buy it, and then you can drink some too. So that's what's happening.
Casey's clearly in a different tax bracket than we are.
Yeah, Casey don't give a fuck. All right, Peter White says, cheers, Peter. Welcome to it, Peter. Thanks for being here, as always. Hey, AZ says, the Lauren Show, starring Holden. Let's go. Hey, AZ, how are you now? Where the hell is the perforation on this? Oh, it's one of these ones.
I really thought you were waiting for him to answer, I was going to hear him say good.
Good mule. Oh, not so bad. Alex Geezy, the man who sold it to Casey, and who I picked up from, is here, says, hope you like it. Hey, I hope I like it too. I think I will, though. Judging on how I felt about the new Riffs in the past. I really like what they got going on, especially their funkier stuff and their malted stuff. I really like their malted. I have their 6-year malted rye, which I believe you actually asked me about. I never got a chance to answer because I was setting up the live stream. But yeah, no, I love new Riff stuff, so I'm thinking this is going to be real good here. Dan Bino is in the chat. Bino in the house. Welcome to it, Bino. Ooh. Okay, so this is a rye. It's 4 years old, 54.7%, 109.4 proof. Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. Kentucky.
Or the hiccups.
Wait, So this is their own distillate. It's got to be. I'm assuming this is their own distillate because it's from Kentucky.
This one says Kentucky too.
Does it?
Newport, Kentucky.
Distilled, aged, and bottled by New Riff. Okay, so...
Did we go to New Riff?
No.
We didn't go to Newport. I don't know where that is.
Anyway, get a little healthy pour of the New Riff High Note. I always forget what it's called. The New Riff High Note in that glass. And we'll go ahead and pour a little dram of the New Riff Chocolate Malt in that glass. Not as much because I've had this a few times. And I'm trying to lose weight. Lauren and I went to Minneapolis, Minnesota this past weekend.
I ate a bunch of tacos.
So many tacos, a lot of donuts, a lot of beer.
That many donuts.
A little bit of whiskey, which I will tell you guys about, Brother Justice, because I know you guys knew that I was excited for it. I have opinions on their whiskey, and I'll share them with you. But Sugar Kitty is here, says meow. Meow back to you, Sugar Kitty. Welcome to it. How are you doing on this fine evening? How's the weather over there in Jersey? Haney says, I've tried New Riff, but for the life of me, I can't remember which. Probably a single barrel. Well, I heard the single barrels are actually very good nowadays. So that sounds nice. I have a fantastic New Riff single barrel pick that was done by Rarebird 111. It's called Smoky New Riff, and I still have a couple ounces left. That sounds good. Honestly, I don't think I've had a bad New Riff. Let's see, I got Balboa, Malted, Winter. I thought I had more. I thought I had at least one more. But maybe not. I can't really remember, if I'm being honest. But yeah, no, all the New Riff. And I know I've had like the 8-year. Casey has the 8-year. Casey also has, I think he has another one. I can't really remember. Oh, no. I can't really remember, but I've had a few good New Riffs in my day. Sugar Kitty says the weather today was great, but it's starting to cloud over, going to rain overnight. Yeah, it's going to rain here for the next 3 days, or 2 days?
2 days now.
2 days, so Wednesday, Thursday. But Friday's supposed to be nice. Saturday, Sunday is supposed to be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Independent Joe says, cheers. Hey, man, welcome to it. Thanks for being here. Just about to drink some of this New Riff High Note. The back of the bottle says, welcome to the New Riff High Note series, a home for limited production runs, one-off whiskey creations, unique barrels, and all sorts of delights we find in the warehouse. High Note releases allow us to share our riffs with the world in a nimble manner, connecting our passion for whiskey and making directly to New Riff fans. Cheers. Okay, I was kind of hoping for, well, there's notes on the front. I don't really want notes yet. I'll get into the notes after I give my own notes, but
Can you turn that off?
my package is on the way.
What package?
I got a Hop Spider and a Whirlpool arm so I can brew a hazy IPA. Ooh, first one ever. So
You're not even gonna drink.
I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna make the hazy IPA to be the least bitter of all the I'm gonna try my hardest to make it not bitter. So I don't mind hop flavor. I'm gonna try to do it right. Try to get a really good hot, hazy IPA. It's not gonna be easy, but
Yeah. Ugh, my skin is itchy.
all right. On the nose of this New Riff rye, and also, will I say, the New Riff ryes tend to be awesome, especially the malted rye. So they always have good ryes. So I'm excited about this one. On the nose. Honestly, okay, that's very dark for 4 years. Granted, it's barrel strength, but I don't know if you guys can see, it's damn near purple. It smells really nice, really sweet, and oaky. There's a lot of barrel influence in here, but also fruity. I think there is distinctness making it rye forward, but I'd be damned if this didn't have a lot of bourbon-esque notes in it. I feel like I get a little bit of red fruit, but I still get the spice, the rye spice. Not so much cinnamon, but probably clove or baking spice. It's something more on the desserty side of things. It smells like a really dessert forwardy whiskey. But let's drink it. That's really good. Honestly, that I'm like, okay, sorry. I just put words on my mouth. I'm kind of speechless. That was not, I don't know what I was expecting, but like that just tastes like a fucking solid rye. Like it tastes like my Driftless Glen store pick single barrel, like the really good one that I always rave about. It tastes like the it tastes like a rye, like a really, really, really good rye. But it's not, so it's high proof, but the proof isn't strong and potent and like punch you in the face. It's not astringent. But the oak presence is super there. It's super fruity and super sweet and candied. And it's got like a little bit of a syrupy aspect, I think, in it. But like, going in for another sip here. Hold on. Maybe a light orange peel. Actually, not even a light. There is a definite orange peel note in there. A little orange zestiness. I can get a little bit of like a bready, biscuity, and that could be placebo, having known that it's made with biscuit malt. But there's like a graham crackery, biscuity note in there. It's just like, it's super desserty and super sweet and super rich. I'm impressed. I can't remember what Casey paid secondary price. It was like 80 or 70 or 80 bucks. But, and I don't know what MSRP is, but I know it's definitely worth 80 bucks. If I got this for 80 bucks, yeah, I would be extremely happy. That's great. Ooh, that's great. And there's nothing really that makes it feel like super special being made with biscuit malt per se, besides the fact that it's just really good. Like there's nothing like, oh, it smells and tastes like biscuits or cookies or anything like that. It's just really good. And it's just a solid, I don't know, it's a solid whiskey. I don't know what else to say about it. It's sweet, it's desserty, it's there is an underlying bready aspect in there that I do get from it, but it's not all it has. There's a ton of fruit and a good amount of oak influence in this bottle. That's great. Good job, the New Riff. That is quite pleasant. I kind of want to pull out the New Riff malted rye and compare a little bit because I can't really remember what the New Riff malted rye tastes like. I just know it's really good, but part of me starts to wonder if I like this even better than that. It's a hard bottle to beat because New Riff malted rye is really, really good, but this is really solid too. Bang, 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 bitty, bitty. I always pass on New Riff due to high price they charge in Alberta for it. That's a shame because they make really good stuff. And it's usually a pretty solid price here in the States. But I understand not wanting to pay too much. Other damage on secondary, I think 70 or 80. I can't remember for sure. I know it's it wasn't a bad price at all. Peter White says I have a couple hazy IPAs, mango bombs. Yeah, I'm going to aim for the tropical fruit, stone fruit area because like with IPAs, there's like 3 categories. There's like tropical and stone fruitiness. There's like citrus and light fruit, like citrus and berries, and then there's like dank, musty, and piney, like earthy notes. So like, and you can usually like whatever. I'm gonna aim for tropical with a splash of citrus. But I don't know. I've never made a hazy IPA before, so I'm just gonna brew some beer and add a fuckload of hops, dry hop it, do my thing. And I'm doing it with my dad. It's a Father's Day thing. And then eventually I'm gonna make one with DJ Rec as well, whenever we get time. He hasn't decided what kind of beer he wants to brew yet, so.
Wonder where he is.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's probably working still.
No, I thought he was off today because he's off this weekend.
Oh, well, what the heck? Is that a Christmas tree? Yes, Joe. We are really bad. We suck.
You.
And
I found the Christmas tree in the living room.
the Christmas tree is still up, and it's gonna stay up until the basement's finished. Which the basement will get finished this summer, I promise. I just taking a little minute or two.
Big talks.
Big talks.
Not a lot of action.
Yeah, well, it's gonna happen. I want it to happen really bad. I want to watch football down there. I want to host whiskey tastings down there, and I can't do that until it's finished. So I'm motivated. That's all I gotta say about that. Nice color on that. It is a really nice color, right? I mean, it's super dark. Marta's whistling. His breathing. No, it is a Festivus bush. But it's Festivus. Georgie. What's a Festivus? Oh.
From Steinfeld.
What?
From Steinfeld.
Never seen it.
It's like one of the most iconic TV shows ever. I don't think it's iconic.
I know, but every time I've seen anything about it, I always thought like this is kind of stupid. But
it's a very typical
sitcom.
90s sitcom. Like it gives.
Yeah, Hang Easy says Driftless I need. I love the Driftless. Driftless is great. Driftless are I bye. Hey, that rhymed. OG Brick 420. Welcome to it, man. Thanks for being here as always. Trying to figure out my pour for tonight. Well, if you have any new Riff, I recommend that. Otherwise, anything is good. Anything gets the job done. MSRP is 90. MSRP is okay. Well, maybe he paid 90 for it. I don't really know, to be honest, but it's good. Also, is this year's release? Oh, you know what? I never actually read the bottle tasting notes, so I'm gonna do that quick. Complex malty aromas with intense notes of biscuit and honey, nuts and chocolate, proudly distilled with Vitamin Abbey malt, which I've actually used Vitamin malt before. I don't know if I ever particularly used the Abbey malt, but okay. So chocolate and nuts. I could get that. No, I'm a little rusty on my nut note because I haven't drank.
Because you haven't been nutting enough for a while. You know what? I deserve those saltwater taffies that are left.
I was gonna say because I haven't drank a lot of Beam lately and my nut radar is off, but there's absolutely some nut in there and chocolate. I mean, I just saw it as desserty, but like I suppose they're really only calling out desserty notes. Biscuit and honey. I could get a little honey after the Rio. Honey is just like nothing smells like honey compared. Oh my god, that's fucking candy. But I can see their tasting notes. I'm not disappointed by their tasting notes. I don't think if I would have read the tasting notes first and then drank it, I think I would have been pleased with what they had to say. I feel like there's a lot of fruit in here.
Okay.
Lauren's gonna eat some saltwater taffy that we got at the Mall of America, by the way. Larceny C924 or Maker's Keeper release. Ooh. Go for the Makers. Because I'm jealous of the Makers. I had the chance to buy it like twice this weekend when we were in Minnesota. But like I said, saving money. I have a basement bar to build, a basement to finish. So, leave it. Might have to pour both, compare it. Now that is an idea. It's an idea. Which one are you eating right now? What's that?
I think it's blueberry.
Blueberry? Like blueberry cobbler or blueberry muffin top or just blueberry?
Blueberry something with cinnamon. Blueberry toast crunch.
Blueberry, yeah, could be. Getting hot over here, gin and tonic or summer sipper later for me. Make yourself a Wisconsin old fashioned. I know the hate they get. OG Brick 420. I've been exploring homemade wine and mead. Ooh. I want to make some wine. I've done just about every avenue of alcohol that I could so far. Wine, I would like to do. Neapolitan?
Mm-mm. It's like fruity.
Well, Neapolitan has strawberry ice cream.
It's like cherry.
Cherry? Red, yellow, and white.
Pina colada?
Think? I don't know.
It's good.
Just avoid the poop notes. Yeah, I try to avoid poop notes as well. And when they fail, I will run them through the distiller. Well, there you go. I wish I had a distiller. New saw Seinfeld. You kids. Well, you know what?
I saw Seinfeld.
I can't type. That's on too much earlier. LOL. It's okay. You can't type. I can't read. But Richie Z is in the house. Richie, welcome to it. Cheers, Holden, Lauren, and Whiskey Friends. Richie, how are you doing on this fine evening? Is Casey locked in the closet again? Casey was doing something. He did say he was going to try to jump on at some point through the stream because he wanted to see how his whiskey tastes. But he's not here yet. And maybe he'll end up not making it. But maybe he will. But I'm going to see him on Thursday. And then probably on Friday to golf, maybe. But we'll see. Football, beer, and whiskey, I'm in. You're welcome. Welcome to it. All right, I gotta catch up on this thing. No, Beam, are you big timing us? No, man, I'm trying to get skinny. Put on some pounds over the winter. It's time to shed down to get my summer weight. I actually put on like 10 pounds in Minneapolis, so that's cool. Pretty good hot weather light beer. Hey, I made a American lager. That was pretty good. Pretty light. Not yet, AZ. I look forward to it. Wine, mead, cider. I would make wine. Mead's okay. I wouldn't make a cider. I'm not a cider guy. Never have been. Lauren doesn't like ciders. I don't really like ciders. Lauren doesn't like mead, but I'm okay with mead. I like honey.
I've never had a good mead, to be fair.
To be fair.
This is the last one I'm eating. I don't want the rest of them.
You don't want the rest of them? Which one did you eat?
All the fruit ones.
You don't like the desserty ones?
Mm.
This one's yours. I'm pretty sure you got this one to mint.
No, I don't want it.
You don't want the mint one that you got? See, if I was eating this and I had to say if it was a bourbon or a rye, I'd probably call it a bourbon. Anyway, okay. On to the winter whiskey. Made with malted oat and chocolate malt. Now this one definitely had... Oh! I kind of forgot that they have brewing background. It says so right there on that bottle. So I guess it makes sense that they're using brewing malts in this one too. So interesting. Anyway, this one you can definitely tell has marks of a brewer. I think that the malted oat and chocolate malt really add a lot of funk to this, a lot of malt character. It's super chocolatey, desserty, like a Tootsie Roll. And yes, chocolate malt it's not chocolate. It's just a really dark malt. There's an incredible coffee note on this. Like coffee grounds, chocolate, a little bit of fruit. Yeah, no, chocolate malt is not chocolate. It's just a really dark roasted malt. But it is giving, in this case, notes of chocolate. And it probably is supplying the coffee note because a really dark roasted malt like that gives coffee, chocolate, a lot of dark roasted characters. Definitely chocolate Tootsie Rolls up front and coffee grounds on the back end. It's sweet though. It's got a little bit of caramel in it, a little bit of sugar aspects and oak influence, but overall, it's super funky and super weird. It doesn't even come close to touching this. I think this is way better. This is good, and it's really fun to explore the difference and what's going on in this glass, but this is just downright good. And I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, it's just solid whiskey. I do want to pull out one more. I want to pull out that new Riff malted rye because I'm very curious on the comparison between these. So, okay, I must have been on crack. For some reason, I thought New Riff sourced their stuff from MGP, but even this malted rye, which I got like years ago, and it's 6 years old, was distilled, aged, and bottled by New Riff in Newport, Kentucky.
Maybe because you are too far away from the burner stuff that you're just stupid now.
Maybe I am just stupid now. You think that's happening?
I'm not sure.
Well, it's been a long while since I've had New Riff malted rye. But I'm excited. Try it again. And I am jealous of Casey. I feel like every time I end up giving a bottle to Casey, whether I find it for him, buy it for him, or pick it up for him, it always ends up tasting fucking fantastic. And I keep always thinking, like, why the hell didn't I buy it? You know what I mean? But either way. Bazinga. I had a good meet at an Irish Castle. They also made their own nice, sweet wine.
Wow.
Marta, nothing happened. He's running away.
That's concerning.
Make some grog and drink it from a pewter chalice like a Viking. Yeah, buddy. Hell yeah, bud. I've never had grog. What's it taste like? I think we'll have a beer right now. Is grog just like kind of like a beer? I thought it was more like a high proof
Not sure.
beer. All right. 100% malted rye from New Riff. 6 years old, bottled and bond at 100 proof. Oh, now this has all the makings of rye right here. Oh, that is super like light fruit, like pears and apples, apple skins actually, but also a lot of caramel and sweetness, and a hint of vanilla, but not so much of it, and a light spice.
He was choking himself with my foot.
The palate definitely dives more into the rye realm with a little bit of like an herbaceous, sweet, candied fruit, candied light fruits, candied apples, caramel covered apples, and a light oak influence, a little bit of spices. Gosh, it's so good though. It's 100 proof and it has a body of a cask strength. It's got a lot of characteristics in it and a lot of notes that I really, really, really like. It's a lot of reallys. But this is a neck pour. This has been open for a couple years. This is cask strength. This is 100 proof. This is 4 years old, 6 years old, biscuit malt, malted rye. Wait a minute. How is this made with... What's the mash bill?
This one has a mash bill.
Well, biscuit malt is barley.
Mm-hmm.
This is a rye. So I wonder if it's a barely legal rye, and there's just a buttload of barley, and that's why it tastes so sweet and desserty. Or I'm just curious. I guess I'm curious on how much barley they used. But anyway.
1%.
1%. I like this better. I don't think it's as rye-y. I think if you're looking for a rye, this is going to be, even this, like it's not the most rye in the world. Like this is more along the rye category. This is awesome though. I really like this a lot. I like it a lot. Is there any dill on the rise? Definitely not on this one. Honestly, not even on the malted rye. I don't really get a lot of dill. I think I do get dill on the Balboa, possibly. But New Riff never really gave much dill to me, if I'm being honest. Love some dill on the rye. Sucks to the anise. You like taking dill in the anise? A blend might be required. Would you want me to blend two together? Oh, I get a wee dram in each. I'll blend them together. A little mixy-mix action. Might be some tater blood in there as well. Tater's gonna tate. Tell you that much. Went to the zoo, saw some buffalo, and all I could think was tater's gonna tate.
Did you take a picture of that?
I did, and I captioned it, tater's gonna tate. It was funny. Pour the cast strength and start adding drops of the older 100 proof. Well, I already threw them together all wanky like, so sorry. This is what you get. Hey guys, this is a rye. Oh my. Yeah, I agree. So.
Are you gonna talk about our trip?
Do you want to talk about our trip while I review some saltwater taffy?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm just sitting here.
Yep. Lauren's gonna talk about our trip now. So we
I
went to.
didn't actually want to talk. I want to do this.
We went to Minneapolis this weekend, which.
We went to the area around Minneapolis.
Yes. We went to the area around Minneapolis.
Essentially, Minneapolis sucks.
It's not the greatest city in the world. Around Minneapolis had a lot of good stuff. They have great tacos in Minneapolis. The Mexican community there
Slaps.
does well. But downtown Minneapolis doesn't have much going on.
It gives nothing for tourists, which is like, no, like it shouldn't have to do it. Like everything doesn't need to be gathered around tourists, but like there wasn't even like shops to walk into. I was just getting upset.
Nothing opens till 11, which is actually something Lauren and I have found.
But I'm a morning person. I don't want to be out at 11 at night. I want to be out at 11 in the morning having stuff to do.
It's something that Lauren and I have found out everywhere we travel. Like, if you're not in Wisconsin, you can't just walk into a bar at 9 a.m. and start drinking. Like, people don't do that, apparently. Weirdos.
Like, they didn't have any museums. They didn't have any shops. Oh, that's not a great noise.
True.
Please don't kill. Yeah, so I didn't enjoy Minneapolis. But we ended up saying screw it, and we went to a winery way out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it was really nice.
Oh.
We took a nap.
It was a winery and brewery, and they were putting an addition on to start distilling their own spirits. So they're coming a distillery too, but that part wasn't ready yet.
No, they're still building it, but the wine and beer part was nice, and then we got to sit and we could see the water from there, and it was really nice.
It was really nice. We were there for like
very relaxing.
3 hours.
At least 3 hours. I took a nap.
Lauren actually fell asleep for sure. But
can you lift your thank you?
We did go to a lot of breweries. One that we really, really liked was Something Mind.
Wild Mind.
Wild Mind.
And it was a coffee shop during the day, and then it was a brewery at night, and they have food trucks. And the day we went, just happened to have a taco food truck. And it was very good. They, instead of using like 2 shells, like your like corn tortillas do sometimes, they like had these puffy corn shells, but they were still soft. They weren't crunchy. Like they weren't like fried. I don't know how they did it like that, but it was amazing.
Yeah, so the first night, we had reservations at a taco joint, but it was downtown Minneapolis, and our hotel was kind of on the outskirts, so we're kind of like...
Yeah, and like, it was impossible to find parking, and it was a weird road.
And it was until 7.
I was upset.
Yeah, so basically we said, fuck that, we're just going to go back to our hotel, chill for a bit, and then if we get hungry, we'll find a place around there. And so then we found... what's apparently the most popular taco spot.
It was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yep.
And
it's called Andale, in case you guys ever go to Minneapolis.
Yep, but it was amazing. We went there twice.
Fantastic, yeah. We crushed some serious tacos. I got some carne asada, some al pastor. I got the cow tongue one. It was only okay. I don't have any problem eating cow tongue. It was cow tongue, which was cool, and it just like didn't add any seasoning.
I'm pretty sure they just boil cow tongue. There's nothing
Yeah.
else to it. And then you had a barbacoa one.
I had a barbacoa.
I had just the carne asada and the al pastor. And the al pastor was the best.
Mm.
And then he tried an adobo one too, if he really liked.
This is triple fudge. Saltwater taffy. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah. So then that was the first night of tacos. The second night of tacos was the food truck. The third night of tacos was an interesting. So we called a place.
No. The third night of tacos was not a night. We woke up. We ate breakfast tacos.
Which were amazing, by the way.
Which were fantastic. Went somewhere else, a brewery, Surly Brewery, which you guys might know Surly.
Mm-hmm.
They make a bunch of stuff, especially their darkness, which is an imperial high ABV dark stouts they put out in winter. But I got tacos there for lunch, which were fantastic. And then
I had mac and cheese.
Then we got tacos for dinner. I had 3 meals, all tacos.
Technically, you had 4 meals in a row of tacos because you had tacos for dinner and then breakfast, lunch, dinner again. But anyway, so the third night of tacos, we called and ordered at this one restaurant, and they were going to be closing in like 20 minutes, but that was okay because it was only a few minute drive from our hotel. Anyway, Holden gets there, and they don't have our order. And then he's all confused and stuff. We ended up finding out that there was 2 locations, and Holden drove to the wrong one. That one that he drove to was open until 2 a.m., but the one that we had ordered through was closed at like 9 or something like that. So those poor
10.
people made our food, and then Holden felt super bad, but I mean, it is what it is. What flavor is that one? That one doesn't look. Oh, that's the minty one.
Mint.
Okay. But I mean, they were the worst tacos that we had, which is really upsetting about it. It's not like there was this big mix-up, but the tacos were amazing. They were just meh, which is sad. But it's okay, because in the fourth night, we went back to Andale, and we were all fine.
Yeah. I love tacos, and somehow I've never eaten tacos from Green Bay. Like, apart from, like...
Not, like, the way that we did there.
Yeah, I've eaten tacos in Green Bay, but it was like, either I was dieting and I got them on a lettuce shell, or I got them from a a dining chain, which everyone knows the best tacos come from either food trucks or like tiny little taco stores. So authentic. But oh yeah, that's mint. It's like spearmint.
So it was good.
It's like gum.
The tacos were great. And then on the 5th day, we came home and we stopped at the Liney Lounge, which is like Liney Kugels. We did the tour and we had some beers. And we ate lunch out of a food truck that they had there with barbecue, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have any tacos.
No tacos. But for drinks, we went to the winery, which is called Stram.
Yep.
Then we went to...
Wild Mind was next.
No. We went to that orange one downtown, or north of... After we went to Brothers Justice.
Brother Justice.
Okay, Brother Justice. What the fuck was that called?
Which we need to talk about Brother Justice.
That one was only okay, though. Then we went to... Then the next day we went to Wild Minds, and we also went to that one with the Star Wars shit. What the fuck was that one called?
9.
Oh, yep, 9 Mile, I think, or something like that.
Something like that.
Then we went to one called Bald Man.
Bald Man Brewing.
Yep.
I crushed like 4 fucking tacos
and then we
there.
went to Bald Man Brewing.
Yeah. So, Brother Justice. There is potential. I had their standard American whiskey, which is a single malt whiskey, American single malt, basically. It was solid. The nose was really good. The palate was very light. I think it was like 43%. And it all had great notes. It's just the palate seemed very light. But their patented cold peated whiskey, the thing I was super excited about, it was kind of meh. I mean, it was decent. I knew that it wasn't going to be smoky because it's cold peated and the smokiness comes from heating up the peat, obviously. So like I knew it wasn't. I'm not dumb. I knew it wasn't going to be smoky, but I expected it to be like drastically different. Like, oh my god, this is cold peated, and I can tell. But like, I could tell a little bit, but it didn't really like wow anything. It was decent whiskey, but it's also like $100, and it's not $100 whiskey. So I didn't buy a bottle. Otherwise, I'd be reviewing it here for you guys. But it was okay. We actually filmed a mini review of it when we were there. Lauren did, so we'll put that on TikTok and shorts and stuff probably, hopefully soon. And then I had one that was a distillery exclusive release, special, whatever, cast strength, small batch of like a couple hundred bottles, I think. And it was horrible. Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. Actually, I lied. Some people might like it. It was very rich, had a lot of flavor, but it was so perfumey. It tasted like I was drinking from the spice cabinet in a flower garden. It had like, I mean, it was like damn near toxic. It's like, it smelled like a bouquet of, it smelled like potpourri. Actually, that's a perfect explanation. It smelled like potpourri. It tasted like potpourri. Smelled like potpourri? Great. Tastes like potpourri? Maybe not. So I was kind of out on that one. Not my favorite. But overall, I think they do have potential. I would have liked to try. They have a couple other offerings that I would have liked to try. I did purposely pick. They had like 3 specialty offerings. I picked the one that was like really funky. They had one that was had more bourbon-esque notes to it that I probably would have enjoyed more. But I was there to be adventurous, so I wanted to try what they had to offer, and yeah. I'll catch up on a couple of comments here. New Riff to me tends to have clove spice to it. That's a good no, I think I got clove spice in there for sure. Driftless is heavy on the fruit notes. I absolutely agree. I love Driftless, and their fruit notes are awesome. Clove is interesting. Yes, it is. D-Man Johnson, number 3, says, I was in Texas where bars closed at 1. That is just a downright disappointment. I'm sorry for your loss.
But, like, when do we stay out past 1? I mean, I would rather stay out.
How do you know he's not talking about 1 in the afternoon?
Oh, well, then that's just depressing.
Serious D.
How do I make business?
I don't know. Bridgie Z says El Pastor is great. Also carnitas. Yes, I actually had 2 different kinds of carnitas. I had a normal carnita and then carnita adobo. Both very good. Which one did I like better? I like
You said you liked the adobo better.
The adobo better. Yeah, that shit was gas. I kind of want tacos again already.
I don't.
How?
I'm just not.
You're all tacoed out?
No.
I had a carnitas burrito for lunch. Need to hibernate. That's fair.
That's a little heavy for lunch.
Taco Karma. I like tacos.
Holden has it.
I've traveled the States for work, and the best tacos are still from Texas taco trucks.
So that's where the guy on TikTok is from. And every time he goes to another state, he's like, I can't believe like this food is actually good and it's not from Texas. I don't know if like it's just not common knowledge that there are Hispanics, super high populations of Hispanics, at least up here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, but I'm thankful for it. I'll tell you that.
Well, if you're living in Texas, you think, I'm right next to Mexico, right on the border, heavy Hispanic population, and the people up north are all pasty, white Canadians, and French people.
Tasty.
And so, like, what do you expect? And then you come up here and there's authentic Mexican restaurants that they're banging. But imagine having a taco in the Southwest, LOL.
Is that a joke? Do not.
California people will say they have the best tacos and take you someplace, and it'll be god awful. But what do I expect from people who think In-N-Out burgers is good?
He's here to fight.
Damn.
He's angry.
Hot take. I can't remember. I've never had In-N-Out burgers, right?
I've never been to an In-N-Out, so I don't know what you've been to an In-N-Out.
No, I don't think so.
Anyway.
Tucson, Arizona has the best Mexican food in the U.S. So you're saying we need to go to Tucson?
I've been wanting to go to Arizona, but Holden won't take me there.
Did you get a freaking shandy? No.
No, he didn't have a shandy.
But guess what? They make Zima now.
They make Zima there. Yum. I like Zima.
Yeah.
Me, everyone.
It tastes like Sprite. It'll get you drunk. Nothing worse than having a cold Pete.
Something wrong with that?
Cold beater? No, it's a potpourri and bad life decisions. Absolutely. I'm serious. It was not great. I was like, you can ask Lauren, and you guys know, there's not many whiskeys I don't like, because I'll at least find them interesting. But like, I was recoiling when I was drinking that. It just gave me this like pungent, like soury kind of like, ugh. It made me like pucker. In Texas, you get 20 different styles of Mexican food. It's not all everyday Sonoran we think of. I believe that.
Now, the real question is what is it like in Mexico? Real Mexico, not that fake ass shit we went to.
True. And he says, did you get the gringo sauce or did you get down and dirty?
Gringo sauce?
I don't know. What do you consider gringo sauce?
Yeah, like taco sauce? Like they sell in the bottle?
Well, something gringo, isn't gringo like a white guy?
Yeah, like a gringo taco is like a white taco.
Yeah, so I'm assuming a gringo sauce would be like,
Right, like the taco sauce in the bottle?
non-spicy.
Oh, Holden doesn't like it spicy. I do like it spicy though.
I don't like it spicy.
He did use the sauces that came with his taco sauce.
Yeah, I just used the avocado-based one. Or no, what? There's
a green salsa.
a green salsa, which was, tomatillos and stuff like that. But there was one that was an avocado-based sauce, and I like both of them. That's gringo sauce.
Holden's a gringo.
Oh, gringo. But yeah. All right, what's this one?
Swiss roll?
Cookies and cream.
I thought it was Swiss roll.
Oh, it's Swiss roll.
Yeah.
I got confused with my chocolate cream. You know what I mean? I'm not used to getting chocolate cream. Vanilla cream, typically. But when I get burnt, it's more like a cherry cream. Real spicy, though. There's white spicy, and then there's stuff they have that they don't give white people, and you need to ask for it. See,
I always just ask for hot sauce. They don't know if I'm white or I'm ordering a line.
Why would you want to eat something spicy? I mean, like,
I like the pain.
I don't mind a little spice.
I don't know. I truly don't feel like it has any flavor unless it's hurting me.
I feel the exact opposite. I feel like it's spicy, it numbs your tongue, and then you can't fucking taste anything. Like, I like the flavors blending together, not fucking death, fire, despair, and then have to choke down food I'm wasting calories on, and I can't fucking taste anything because I can't feel my tongue.
I'm sorry that you're being...
Habanero sauce is life. They'll give you the white spicy yellow. Now you know to ask for the brown spicy next time. It's like bourbon. You need to develop the taste for it. I know, but like, I don't really want to.
Yeah, but think about how many things we can make if you just like spicy food.
What are we limited to right now?
White people food.
We hardly make white people food.
What do we make?
Besides chili, what do we make that's white people food? Pasta, Italian, tacos, Mexican, curry, either Japanese or Indian. Like, what else?
You get spicy curry.
Is steak American? Is that white people food? I mean, I guess.
You're mixing American with white.
I guess Italian is white too.
They're white people food here.
I almost killed a cousin from Ohio with some real deal Mexican food.
You guys are really violent.
Yeah, that's scary stuff.
Bless you.
Yeah, that's right. I dabbed when I sneezed.
I was
No
gonna
big
say
deal.
bless you before you sneeze, but I didn't want you to hit me.
I would have been pissed. You can't say bless you to someone before they sneeze. It makes the sneeze go away, and there's nothing that sucks more than having to sneeze and not being able to. It's just not fair.
I know something that sucks more.
That being said, that's the end of the live stream. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not really kidding. I'm kind of kidding. But
I'm tired. I don't want to shower.
we're going to be wrapping it up here quick because I started chemistry class today. 4-week chemistry. But it's chemistry for engineers. So it sounds like it's going to be an easier version. But I can check out my chemistry stuff and get started on the assignments. Which means... slightly shorter live streams.
Why is he looking at his
What are you licking, bruh? All right.
But then after he's done with his class, then he doesn't have anything until August, so.
Italians are white people, and so are Spanish people from Spain. That's true. Holden, are you going to have another rum tasting in the future?
But then you'd have to buy some rum. You can donate rum.
If you want to send samples, I'll do a rum tasting.
And then he can do a rum tasting.
I can't quite afford to get new rums right now. Got a lot of money to spend. So if I keep buying bottles of whiskey, the basement will never be finished and we'll never get a new studio. So I'm doing a slight pause, but if you want to send samples, I'll absolutely do it. Otherwise, I will do one eventually. It's just going to be a while. I was good mostly in science, but not chemistry. That's how I feel.
I got an A in
I'm
chemistry
good in physics.
high school.
And I got an A in chemistry in high school too, but that's high school. This is college. Anyway, I was gonna say something.
Must not have been
Oh! We also went a couple of liquor stores, found some decent scotches. I could have got a Kilhoman cast strength, like a normal cast strength, 57% alcohol, I believe. I could have got their port finish. I could have got. There's a bunch of Kilhomans I could have got, but I didn't because I'm not buying as many whiskeys. Tale as old as time, keep repeating myself. But anyway, money. Don't we wish that we had a bunch of money?
One day Holden will be rich and he can buy whatever he wants, but
True.
today's not that day.
I'll work on some runs for you. I don't have many and need some new Foursquare. Foursquare is one that I would buy if I was going to buy rum, because I have heard a lot of good things about Foursquare. But you don't need to go out of your way to get rums and send them to me. But if you wanted me to try something, I'll absolutely try it. You can just email me. I'll send you the Addy. Whatever works. We can just swap some samples if you want to do that.
I was going to try to film Advent really early this year so he doesn't conflict with school.
Yes.
So you could send them in and he could get
I'm going to be filming Advent in the summer. This summer. So.
They might not get edited this summer, but they'll get filmed.
True. Chemistry was my second major. If life was your first major, like you know everything. I had a business major and a minor in literature. Damn. I'm merely a mechanical designer right now, but stick with core Kilhoman for the price. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the cast strength was $80 for the cast strength, and I've heard really good things about the cast strength. And that's kind of core, pretty sure. I don't know. Kind of a proof for too. I'd like to get the Macchia Bay and the Snag, but money. Money. Dollar. Anyway, I could make a decent batch of honey oil in my teens, but that did not work out long term. Honey oil, is that code for cocaine? I can message you on IG. Yes, that works too, Rich. Sounds good. I'm a filmmaker. Oh yeah, we get rewarded for getting high and drunk. LOL. That sounds fantastic.
He's a filmmaker. What films does he make? Like porn?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. That's interesting. Computer is my first major. $80 for a cast strength is a very good price. That's what I thought. I was gonna buy it, but bro.
But he panicked.
Money makes the whiskey happen. That is true. But that being said, that is going to be the end of the live stream. If you guys liked it, make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please do that. That would help us out.
If you didn't like it, I'm sorry.
If you didn't like it, then fuck you. Anyway, thank you all for being here so much. We did that, you all. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Like the like. You know how it's done. Also, part of the TGIT crew. I don't know who else left, but sometimes it's 21090, but I think they switched. I can't really remember. Hell, I'm hardly on anymore, but that's changing. That's changing, I promise. The summer will be a lot more active. No school through after June 22nd. There will be no school that I have to do. So that being said, more live streaming. Super excited about that. However, $25 for OGD 114 is a good price. That is true. That's always the first question I get. Is it porn? Never gets old. Never gets old. Skull emoji. Sounds like it's getting old. Honey oil is cannabis, sort of like hash. Ew.
We're not immersed in that area.
True. Great lab as always. Thank you so much, Richie. Bye, kids. Hang on, see you up. Bye. Yes, 21090 switched back. My Bourbon Journey's up next. So go guys watch My Bourbon Journey. Another fellow Wisconsinite going to drink some whiskey. Y'all go to enjoy the stream. Hey, thanks for being here, D-Man. See you all next time. See you all in the next glass. Cheers. Good one. Good one.